research method could transform the way we monitor Alzheimer. We'll tell you how it works today.
The Biden administration continues to invest in the U.S., now looking to remove all lead pipes once and for all.
And if you suffer from stress or anxiety, this one trick may help. We'll tell you how to stay one step ahead of your brain today.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Sydney Jolivet.
And I'm Ariana Williams. Just hours after former President Trump's historic arraignment in New York on Tuesday, he gave a defiant speech at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. He spoke out against the charges and the prosecutors and cast himself as a victim of political persecution. Trump is facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. CNN's Paul Reed has more on what went down in Florida last night and what comes next for former president.
According to the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, former President Donald Trump was at the center of an alleged catch-and-kill scheme to suppress negative stories about him in order to influence the 2016 presidential election and to benefit his electoral prospects. Trump appeared in a New York courtroom on Tuesday and pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. Speaking at Mar-a-Lago Tuesday night, he lashed out at the district attorney, the judge in the case, and the indictment itself.
And I never thought anything like this could happen in America. Never thought it could happen. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it.
According to Manhattan prosecutors, the alleged scheme involved Trump, his former personal attorney Michael Cohen, and the then head of American Media Incorporated, David Pecker. During an August 2015 meeting at Trump Tower, Pecker said he would act as the eyes and ears of the campaign by alerting Cohen to negative stories about Trump, according to court documents.
I found the document actually quite detailed. It is a speaking indictment, and it has quite a bit of detail about the history and laid out the facts underlying then the various counts that are listed.
Before the 2016 presidential election, payments were made to at least 3 individuals to suppress their negative stories involving Trump, including alleged affairs with adult film star Stormy Daniels and Playboy model Karen McDougal, according to court documents. Trump denies both affairs.
These are felony crimes in New York State, no matter who you are.
Cohen has also pleaded guilty to federal crimes pertaining to this indictment.
I will continue to speak truth to power. I will continue to provide transparency to the American people. It's amazing how, once again, Donald is trying to shift all of the blame, which he's so good at. It's always somebody else's fault.
Trump's lawyers vowing to fight the charges.
A motion to dismiss is coming on several grounds. Prosecutorial misconduct, selective prosecution, for sure will be 2 of them. Legal insufficiency is another one.
Trump's speech also included attacks on the judge and the judge's family, just hours after he was warned to stop making inflammatory public comments about the case.
A 2-year-old was fatally shot after accidentally firing a gun at his home early Tuesday, officials say. Police responded to calls of a possible shooting, and when they arrived, they found the boy with a gunshot wound. He was taken to a local hospital where he later died. Officials say the boy found a gun in his teenage sibling's room and accidentally fired it, shooting himself. Police say no charges are being filed and the shooting is still under investigation.
The U.S. National Institute of Aging is moving forward with a real-world Alzheimer's disease database. The goal, transform Alzheimer's research as we know it. The National Institute of Health confirmed Tuesday that plans for the 6-year project are underway, with the earliest start date set for next spring. The NIA plans to commit $50 million per year to the database, totaling $300 million over the entire project. The nonprofit Alzheimer's Association is also planning to work with the project.
With multiple large storms ripping through parts of the southern United States over the past few weeks, the IRS decided to extend tax filing deadlines for some of the areas hit the hardest. The regular tax filing deadline is April 18th this year, but storm victims in parts of Mississippi and Arkansas will have until July 31st to file their returns. Additionally, storm victims in parts of California and Alabama and Georgia will have until October 16th to file.
Well, thankfully, we aren't experiencing any storms right now, but we still aren't experiencing the best weather yet.
That's true. It's a little gloomy outside and more chilly, so not my favorite type of weather. But let's see what Victor has to say and if any of that will change.
Thanks, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and look at today's conditions. We're going to be seeing we're at 55 degrees. It's feeling like 51, and that wind speed, it's a little high at 17 miles per hour wind speeds. And then later on tonight, we're going to be seeing it's going to be at 63, and it's going to be feeling like 62 with wind speeds at 11 miles per hour. And our conditions are going to be a little bit cloudier compared to how it is right now. But now, before we talk about tomorrow's conditions, let me tell you about a special little event happening tonight, a pink moon. Okay, I kind of lied. It's a regular full moon tonight, but they call it pink because of the incoming blooming flowers and trees of the spring. Venus and Mars will also be near the moon tonight, so you don't want to miss them either. But once you wake up in the morning tomorrow, you'll start seeing similar weather as we're seeing today. Temperature, it's at 59, it's feeling like 56, and we're going to be seeing those a little bit lower than it is right now, but still high, 14 miles per hour wind speeds, and it's just going to be kind of cloudy out there. But overall, I got a little bit more later on in our forecast. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Victor. Clean water is a necessity, and the Biden administration is taking steps to make sure everyone in the U.S. has access to safe drinking water. The Environmental Protection Agency announced a nearly $7 billion plan to upgrade water supply systems around the country. Nearly half of that is going toward identifying and replacing lead pipes. According to an EPA survey, there are more than 9 billion lead service lines in use. This move will move the Biden administration closer to its global goal of 100% lead-free water systems.
Johnson & Johnson has offered to pay nearly $9 billion to settle tens of thousands of cases that claim its products cause cancer. The proposed $8.9 billion settlement would be paid out over 25 years. Company management says it is as secured commitments from over 60,000 claims to support the plan. However, J&J says that the settlement does not constitute an admission of wrongdoing and says its products are safe. Have you been to any casinos lately?
No, for two reasons. One, because it's illegal in Texas, and two, I would have to drive to Oklahoma, and I just don't have that kind of time on my hands.
Yeah, no, well, you might be able to gamble right here at home soon. Mark Barrera has more. Mark?
Thanks, guys. A Texas House committee advanced two main proposals to expand gambling in the state of Texas on Monday. The expansion of gambling would require change to the Texas Constitution, requiring 2/3 of majority in both chambers, which seems unlikely, but if the bill gets approved by voters, House Bill 2843 would permit casino gambling, and House Bill 1942 would legalize online sports betting. The casino legislation is backed by Las Vegas Sands, which has spent millions since 2020 on lobbyists, ads, and campaign contributions in Texas. That's all I have right now, and I'll be back later with the show for your full sportscast.
Thanks, Mark. Local leaders are looking to new technology to help reduce some of that North Texas traffic that we all know and love.
And if you feel like rent is increasing, it is. We'll tell you why and what you can do about it when we come back.
Did you know you have access to video equipment like DVDs, video games, and cameras? That's right, you do. Come on down to Chilton Library and fulfill your media dream. Located on the bottom floor next to the student sculpture. Hope to see you there soon.
Hey girl, you know you look good. I like the way you move and groove.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
I'm here to rescue you.
Oh, my prince.
Not so fast.
This story is going to be awesome.
According to a new study, an estimated 1 in 6 people globally are affected by infertility. Researchers at the World Health Organization say the common condition is common, and rates of infertility are similar across all countries and regions. However, people in poorer countries were found to spend a significantly larger portion of their income on fertility care compared with wealthier countries. Researchers say this shows the high level risk of inequality in and across to healthcare. Despite these numbers, researchers were not able to determine whether infertility rates have been increasing or decreasing over time.
North Texas traffic. We drive in it every morning and afternoon, but it may not be that way forever. The Dallas City Council is looking at a new piece of technology that could help reduce congestion across the metro. The tech works by monitoring data from smartphones and smart vehicles to better coordinate traffic signals. However, some people are worried about privacy, specifically with tracking and hacking. Future City Council discussions are needed before the tech would actually go into effect.
While less traffic in Dallas sounds really great, what I'm not looking forward to is the rising in prices of what feels like everything.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, it is the worst time to buy a car, buy a house, even rent an apartment, and these rent prices are just absolutely ridiculous.
That is correct. Rent prices in the DFW area are up by 21% since the start of the pandemic in March 2020. Even last month, the rent increase in Dallas was higher than the national average. One-bedroom apartments stand out around $1,200, and a two-bedroom is going for nearly $1,500. Experts say prices could continue to climb for the next few months, but should level out before the year's end.
One man is taking the phrase living on cloud 9 literally. John Kotwicki of Alaska turned a Boeing 747 cargo plane into an Airbnb. As the plane plans to make its first commute this week, reporter Carly Schreck explores how Kotwicki is taking rental options to new heights.
Yes, so the route is going to be departing Merrill Field.
It's been 10 years since this Boeing 727 has seen the friendly skies.
Heading up DeBar to Boniface.
But pretty soon,
jumping on the Glen.
It's going to hit the open road.
And then Glen Highway to the parks, on through Wasilla.
Easy, right?
Hang a left at the flashing light at Hawk Lane, and we'll be home free.
Owner of Fly 8 Mike Alpha Flight Training, John Kotwicki has big plans for this big plane, which made headlines back in 2013 after a challenging landing at Merrill Field. Soon after, FedEx donated the cargo airliner to UAA's aviation maintenance program. It's put its time in helping train future aircraft mechanics, about to serve a new purpose out in Big Lake.
It will serve as student housing for students who are coming to do flight training with us from afar, as well as an Airbnb.
But before the plane can become what might be the coolest housing project ever, it has to make it up the Glen first.
This was the first airliner I know of that's going to be towed along the Glen.
So commuters beware.
This will be going about 10 to 15 miles per hour.
Kotwicki is aiming for a 10 p.m. departure Wednesday. That is if everything falls right into place.
Yeah, if you're driving late at night on the Glen in the next few days, give yourself a little extra time.
And try to remember, it's not something you'll see every day.
You know, I wonder if they'll experience good weather up in the sky.
I mean, I hope so. You know, watching a weather storm up in the sky in an Airbnb will definitely give you 0 stars.
Exactly. If I was in the air, he would be getting a bad review for sure. But let's turn it over to our weatherman, Victor Villagran, to see what kind of weather we have of us landwalkers.
Thanks, y'all. The weather we're going to be seeing is going to be consistently consistent as it has been for the past few weeks. We're going to be seeing these numbers in the mid to high 50s. As you can see all across North Texas, we're seeing this 55 here in Denton. McKinney is another 55. Right above it, Gainesville and Sherman are both 53 and 54 respectively. So you can see all across North Texas, these high 50s, mid 50s. And it stays consistent that way. Now, the rest of Texas, not so consistent. As you're going to see, Oklahoma City, 46, significantly lower compared to what we're seeing here in Denton. Then we're going to see Shreveport over there in Louisiana at 70 degrees, definitely hotter. Houston at 79, and then Austin, 68. These temperatures are getting hotter and hotter the more south you go, but then when you go more north, you're going to be getting colder temperatures. Makes sense, right? And then El Paso is going to be similar to Denton, just a little bit lower at 52 degrees. Otherwise, pretty same. Now, rest of the 7-day week here in Denton, we're going to be seeing pretty normal temperatures compared to what we usually see. Today, you know, we got the high of 67, sunny. Then tomorrow and Friday, we're going to be getting clouds with mid to low 60s, high 40s, in that 50 range. Saturday and Sunday this weekend, we're going to be seeing less clouds, more sun, with high of 64 and a high of 74. And then Monday and Tuesday, boom, sun is back, and we're getting hot in here. But that's all I got for this weather today. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Victor. If you're feeling lucky, today's the day to put it to the test. We'll talk about Texas Lottery later in the show.
And apparently not all fans buy into the slogan, eat more chicken. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back.
Can I see your voter registration, please? All right, you're good. No registration, no entry. All right. Let me see your voter registration card, please.
I'm not registered to vote.
No registration, no entry.
Dude, my friends are already in there.
No registration, no entry.
What the?
Join the club. Register to vote today.
Has the weight of stress and anxiety ever felt too heavy to overcome? Wish there was a safe place to confide in? Wish granted. At UNT, we offer counseling and testing services to students located on the 3rd floor of Chestnut Hall. UNT, we're here for you.
Popular food chain Chick-fil-A thought it would be a good idea to switch up a few of their menu items. However, consumers did not agree.
Our reporter Crystal Prentice has all the details and more on the chicken chain. Crystal?
Thanks, Sydney. Looks like Chick-fil-A won't be getting rid of their side salad after all. Last month, Chick-fil-A announced that in order to simplify and refresh its menu, the side salad will be removed on April 3rd, 2023. But fans weren't happy about the decision and expressed how they felt on social media. As a result, restaurant officials now say they've chosen to keep the side salad at participating locations. While we're on the topic of Chick-fil-A's menu, the company is bringing back the following beverages by popular demand: watermelon mint lemonade, watermelon mint sunjoy, frosted watermelon mint lemonade, and frosted watermelon mint iced tea. So stop by Chick-fil-A this summer and try the delicious beverages if you haven't already. That's all I have here, but speaking of food and drinks, Kennedy Fowler has more on the delicious burgers and drinks at 940's Kitchen and Cocktails. Kennedy?
That's right, Crystal. Are you craving a Moscow meal or Manhattan with a side of fries? Well, don't worry. I have the details on this great bar and restaurant called 940's Kitchen and Cocktails. Let's take a look. Located on where 940's Kitchen and Cocktails provides spirits and delights. 940's first opened its bar and restaurant in 2016, giving the residents of Denton a new dining experience that is trendy yet somewhat vintage when you walk through its doors. Upscale American cuisine is served at 940's with a diverse menu of cocktails to go with your meal. The cocktails are handcrafted in the bar right in front of the customers. The food consists of anything from the 940's burger to Gouda mac and cheese. Co-manager Charlotte Joetz shares what makes their restaurant unique in Denton.
We focus on the pairing of the cocktails to the food. So on our menu, we actually have recommended cocktail or beer pairings for all our food items to see, like, we think this would probably go best with this burger, you know? So we try to match it to what they're eating, just so they have the best experience.
Many locals and visitors of Denton have come to enjoy this restaurant. The quality of food and wide range of cocktails make for a great time. Regular customer Ashley Townsley appreciates what 940's has to offer every time she eats there.
I love coming here, not only for the cocktails, but I also really like their food. They have great burgers, and they have great cheesecake whenever it's seasonal. And yeah, I am here for a little bit of fried eggplant fries, and they're really good.
940's finds ways to give Denton residents a different variety of alcoholic beverages while appeasing their palate with good food. The community of Denton will appreciate this as food and drinks are popular in the area. Now I know you want to drink up after watching that, so make sure you have your IDs ready. That's all I have on Denton Eats. I'm Kennedy Fowler. Back to you ladies at the desk.
With the end of the semester inching closer, I'm sure stress levels are up for the student body.
I agree with you there, Sydney. The best way I alleviate my stress, hitting the gym. Chronic stress can be detrimental to your health, but staying active is a great way to help with that. One study published in Experimental Medicine and Biology found that physical activity, especially exercise, significantly reduces the symptoms of anxiety when you exercise your body. Your body produces more endorphins, which are neurotransmitters that boost your mood and rescue stress levels.
Movement is also said to combat the stress hormone cortisol by improving blood flow. April is recognized as National Stress Awareness Month to bring attention to the negative impact of stress. So if you have the chance, this month try going for a run, taking a dance class, or maybe even trying boxing. Just keep the blood flowing and keep the stress down.
Sydney, there's one exercise I forgot to mention. We do it every day.
Oh, you're right, walking.
Right.
Right.
Exactly, and today is National Walking Day, so lace up your sneakers and hit the ground walking. Since 2007, the American Heart Association has dedicated the first Wednesday in April to reminding people about the health benefits of walking. You do not have to walk a marathon. Just carve out 30 minutes of your day to enjoy the outdoors.
And walking does not have to be a solo occasion. You can take a friend, human or man's best friend. Before you start your walk, be sure to stretch and hydrate. And while you're at it, maybe snap a selfie and post it to the hashtag National Walking Day.
I know exercise is meant to alleviate stress, but when you put pro basketball players in the line with a job, there's no such thing as a brisk walk for a basketball team in the sports world.
I honestly agree, and there's no walking in baseball either. You got to run to get them bases, right?
Yeah, and it's definitely not stress-free either. So when we come back, we're going to take a look at the Mavs and the Rangers. Dallas Mavericks take on the third-place Sacramento Kings in what is a must-win game for the Mavs in order to have a chance to make the playoffs, as they sit a game back behind the Oklahoma City Thunder for that 10th seed for that final play-in spot. The Mavs lost their last game against the Atlanta Hawks on Sunday in overtime, 132-130, with Kyrie Irving dropping 44 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists, and Luka Doncic adding 22.7 rebounds and 7 assists. And with only 3 games left in the season, the Mavs need all the wins that they can get, as they no longer control their own destiny and have to hope for teams that are positioned in the 8th through the 10th seed to lose the majority of their final games, just so the Mavericks can even get a chance. Those teams being the New Orleans Pelicans, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Oklahoma City Thunder. And out of the last 10 games, the Mavs have lost 7, so hopefully a miracle happens for the Mavs. And then sticking with basketball, sticking with the NBA, there is a new CBA that will be put into action next season with tons of information, about actually 600 pages. So I'm gonna give y'all the main things as we need to focus on. In order to combat, in order to combat players from taking off so many games for load management, the CBA states that in order for players to be eligible to win awards such as MVP, first and second team NBA, and defensive and offensive player of the year, players must play a minimum of 65 games throughout the course of the NBA season. Second, there will be a new in-season tournament that will be put into place. Not much details are announced yet for the tournament, other than the teams will be put into groups and that the best team from each group will advance into a single elimination style bracket. On top of that, each player from the team who wins the in-season tournament will earn an extra $500,000. Third, players will no longer face disciplinary actions for the use of marijuana, and the NBA will no longer test for it when it comes to their drug testing program. And finally, teams can now have more than 2 designated max players on their roster, which should make some interesting changes in this upcoming free agency. And now going from the ups and downs from the Mavs, let's take a look at the ups and downs for the Texas Rangers. The Rangers started this season red hot, sweeping the World Series runner-up Philadelphia Phillies in their series and scoring 29 runs doing so. But apparently all good things must come to an end, because since then, the Rangers have only scored 2 runs in 2 games in their series against the Baltimore Orioles, losing the first match 0-2 and yesterday 2-7. The Rangers will be looking to bounce back in about 30 minutes from now, as huge free agency signing Jacob deGrom will be taking the mound today after a disappointing opening day outing. That's all for sports. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Mark. If you're feeling lucky, then I suggest you pour that luck into today's Texas Lotto jackpot. The drawing is hit $62.75 million, but offers an estimated cash value of $38.3 million. While Texas lottery winners don't pay a state tax on lottery winnings, they'll pay 24% in federal taxes and take home roughly $29.1 million. And if there is no jackpot winner for Wednesday's drawing, the jackpot prize for Saturday, April 8th, will climb above $63 million. That is the largest Texas Lotto jackpot for grabs since the drawing on May 29, 2010, when the winning reached an estimate of $97 million.
My Lord, that is a lot of money to win. But tell me, Sydney, are you feeling lucky enough today to go grab a lotto ticket?
I'm feeling a little bit lucky, so I think I might dip my toe in that lottery.
Okay, well, if you win, you got to take me to Hawaii.
I got you. We can go to Hawaii, but we got to go to Bora Bora first.
Okay, we'll go to both. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down for sure. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 and tomorrow at noon here on North Texas Television.